What's up guys, welcome back to another video. This morning I spent around 2 hours testing every possible setting in Vanguard to give you the best possible setting setup for frame rates and quality at the same time. Also movement wise, I figured out some settings, but the rest are pretty much standard. Thank you for clicking on today's video. We have a lot more content coming up. I have some S&D games that I don't know if you would like to see. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's go to the settings. So let's start with the graphic settings. I'm on full screen borderless because I'm using two monitors on the same PC. I want it to be seamless. If you are not, make sure you set this on full screen. Match your display resolution with your monitor and make sure you select the right refresh rate that corresponds to your monitor. Okay, I'm gonna leave this at borderless because that's what I am on. But for maximum frame rate, again, you wanna use full screen. VSync off, VSync menus off. Frame rate limit, I have this set just above my refresh rate on gameplay. On menu and minimized, you don't really need maximum frame rate, so I just capped it on 60 and 30 just so GPU isn't overworking. Your aspect ratio, it's automatic, pretty much it's standard 16:9. Some people play it on 16:10, which widens your screen. I find that odd, so I don't do that. Display gamma should match your monitor settings. You should check out your monitor specs to see which display gamma it uses. HDR is best to be off for maximum frame rate. If you want some quality, you can set it on or auto, but it is kind of weird at the moment. It's not doing the best job it could. Focus mode is off. To be honest, I don't really know what that does. I think it's for a specific type of monitor, which I don't have. Display adapter, you should make sure you have your GPU in this. And on-demand texture streaming. This should help your packet burst. You should have this on off. This should help the packet burst. It won't eliminate it completely. It will make it so it doesn't happen so often. Quality. Render resolution is pretty much at 100, especially if you're playing on a 2K monitor. You don't need above that. On 1080, I would suggest trying 110, 120 if your GPU is powerful enough for this. Dynamic resolution, you want this to be off. Makes the game look trash. Texture resolution, very low. Then high, medium, high, on. This is a personal preference. I like looking at the bullets, the bullet impacts. You can't turn this off if you don't want to get baited by sprays. Shader quality low, off, long, high, high, low, low. This is for best quality and performance at the same time. You don't want this to be low. You want this to be high. You can see further. Then we have this pretty much everything on low except cache, sun shadows, and spot shadows on. The rest are on the lowest setting possible. Yes, these are nice to have, but not needed. They hurt your frame rate. Fidelity effects, super resolution, you can try this out. AMD did a really good job with this, and it's available on NVIDIA GPUs as well. But for me, personal preference, this stays off. I think this setting makes it look way better, the game overall. You can have this on disabled or this, still again, personal preference. But keep in mind, if you have anti-aliasing quality above low or at least medium, it is gonna hurt your frame rates. Depth of field off. If you do only one thing from this video, just turn depth of field off, please. You don't want anything blurry in your gameplay. You wanna see VRAM usage target. I have this on 80%. Some people have this even lower. They're afraid it will hurt their GPU. I don't think it makes much of a difference. 80% is fine. Gameplay, you can color customize this. This is pretty much perfect for me. You can, for example, change your team color to green and your party color to blue if you want this different. I like the default though. Field of view, for all you console players that this is your first time getting on an FOV slider, please change this from independent to affected. Independent is the default setting. Change it to affected. This is the no recoil setting. Please change this. Camera movement, you want it at the lowest. You don't want it to shake. Motion blur off. Again, you don't want anything blurry. NVIDIA reflex low latency. I'm pretty sure this is for only NVIDIA GPUs. You want it on plus boost. This works better for my PC at least. On the gameplay side, this works on console on PC, on keyboard and mouse, on controller. This is pretty much default. I have this on auto tag sprint. To sprint might help you, but my keybinds are set up kind of weird. It's kind of awkward for me to tactical sprint, so I have this on auto tactical sprint. This is very important for me. Sprint cancels reload. You want this on. Default setting is on off. You want this on. Sprinting door bash. I like this. When you sprint, the door opens. You can set it on off. Automatic airborne mantle. Forgot about that. Everyone says to put it on partial and off. Too much Modern Warfare movement. I tried it. So many dead slides again. Didn't work for me. Off works perfectly. If you're a controller, you can find this at controller gameplay. Also, change your aim response curve from standard. Just change it from standard. Either dynamic or linear. Okay guys, that's been it. Thank you all for watching. Please consider subscribing if you want to see more Vanguard content. I upload every single day shorts, and I try to do 2 times a week long form vids. This week, we will go pretty much every day uploads, I think. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you so much.